Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Stuff HD. I was gonna say the Stuff HD podcast, but that's not what this is. This is a video, and it's gonna be a different type of video because today I want to talk a little bit about this, which is the Jay and Silent Bob Reboot movie. And I'm not going to talk a lot about the movie. I want to talk more about actual Kevin Smith and why I like him. But for those of you who might have come to this video to find out my thoughts on the movie, I liked it. But, you know, it's a type of movie where you have to like Kevin Smith and you have to like Jay and Silent Bob to really appreciate the movie. You know, I wouldn't tell somebody to go watch it if they don't know anything about those two. But if you are a Kevin Smith fan the way I am, then you're probably going to enjoy the movie because it's like a celebration of Kevin Smith type of thing, you know. So I did want to start at the beginning of me and Kevin Smith movies. I guess we should go back even a little bit more and tell you a little bit about Kevin Smith and his first movie. So basically Kevin Smith, he was studying, he wanted to be a director, he was in college for that, and he really wanted to make a movie, but apparently at some point he decided to drop out of college so that he could work on making his movie, and he risked everything. Like he had a fairly large comic book collection that he decided to just sell, and then he took every credit card that he had and he maxed it out, and he made a movie. And it ended up being a black and white movie because of budget. Like they were only about $2,000 off from being able to make a color movie, but they just didn't have the budget anymore. So they made a black and white movie, and it actually worked out fine. And this movie was called Clerks, and you know he took it to the film festivals and whatnot, and eventually Miramax, I believe it was, picked it up. They liked it, and this movie that he originally made with, like, I believe it was around $25,000, ended up making over $3 million. Of course, most of that money goes to Miramax, not them, but that's still pretty cool. You know, I love stories like that where somebody risks everything for what they love, and it works out good for them, unlike those of us that sometimes do that and things don't quite work the way they... Give me a second. No, I'm kidding. So anyway, Clerks was his first movie. It was black and white. At one point I remember I believe it was my brother-in-law. He wasn't my brother-in-law at the time, but I believe he tried to get me to watch Clerks, and I don't know, I was like, black and white movie, I'm not really feeling that. So I don't think I actually watched it, back then anyway. Then later, I used to, you know, be always reading my video game magazines when I was a teen, and I kept seeing this advertisement for a movie, Mallrats. And it was one of those 3D pictures where you have to stare at it and you know, until you can see the image. And I remember the image was like a sailboat. So, but I was like, what? I don't know what the hell this is. Eventually, I found out that it was a movie. So at some point, I decided to go watch this movie. And this one was in color, and I enjoyed the movie. You know, it was kind of my sense of humor. You know, a lot of fart jokes. You know, like, so it was stupid, but to me, it was funny. So I enjoyed it, but yeah, I didn't think that much of it. At some point later on, I am, and I don't even remember how, but I am watching the movie Chasing Amy. And in the movie Chasing Amy, very different movie from, in many ways, very different movie from Mallrats. And it was a pretty good movie. But in this movie, you see these two characters, Jay and Silent Bob, that they were in the Mallrats movie. So I was like, wait, what the heck? Like, why are those two guys in this movie? So that got me interested, and you know, being the analyst that I am, I started researching all I could, and then I found out that these movies are all from the same guy, in the same kind of universe, and it obviously made me want to watch Clerks at this point, because I was like, okay, I really enjoyed those two movies. Now at this point, I hadn't even caught on as to all the ways that they intertwine. But I did decide to watch Clerks, and I absolutely loved it. Again, it's a very specific type of sense of humor that you gotta have. You gotta be able to laugh at really, really dumb stuff. Not Napoleon Dynamite stupid. That one is just stupid, and I hated that movie with every fiber of my being. But almost a little bit better than Nacho Libre. I find people that absolutely love Nacho Libre, like my brother. He loves that movie. I'm like, okay, it had a few funny scenes, but yeah, whatever. But yeah, Clerks is a different, I don't know if it's funnier or just stupider. I always say that there's stupid movies where they're so stupid that they become funny. But then there's Napoleon Dynamite, where it just stops at stupid. And that's my opinion. Obviously, a lot of people think that movie was awesome, but they're crazy. So anyway, once I found out that these movies were related, of course I had to watch them all again, and then I was able to see all the little things, like technically Clerks happens the day after Mallrats, so like in Clerks they're talking about a funeral, and in Mallrats they actually go to that funeral. In Chasing Amy they make references to stuff in Clerks. It's pretty cool. Like, I love when TV shows and movies, like, they interact that way. When you have that little universe. I absolutely love that stuff. So I really enjoyed it. And he went on to make other movies. Like, he made the movie Dogma, which a lot of people hated before it even came out because, religion. Then he made Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, which was a movie all about Jay and Silent Bob going to try and stop Hollywood from making a movie about a comic that they were in. And here in Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, they are going to Hollywood to stop Hollywood from making a reboot movie of the movie that they wanted to stop to begin with. But like I said, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, it's a celebration of Kevin Smith. Now, Kevin Smith had a massive heart attack like a year ago, and he survived mostly because, not mostly, I don't know, but they say that weed kind of saved his life, because he was able to stay calm while he was having a heart attack and stuff was going on. So I don't know, just throwing that out there. So yeah, the movie has like every cast that you can think of from previous movies. I didn't see Chris Rock though, but it had a lot of cast from a lot of other movies and of his movies, and it was fun. Kevin Smith also was in many ways. He gave us Ben Affleck. So Ben Affleck, one of his biggest roles in Hollywood when he started out was actually in the movie Mallrats. So would we have Ben Affleck now without Kevin Smith? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But Ben Affleck, he became part of the Kevin Smith family. So he was in most, if not all, Kevin Smith movies. He became the lead role of the movie Chasing Amy. So if you like Ben Affleck, yay Kevin Smith. If you hate Ben Affleck, then just ignore everything I just said. Now, the reason that I like Kevin Smith a lot is because, he made it pretty good in Hollywood. Like, he never made it big, he never made it huge, he never made any huge movie that made a ton of money. But he's been working in what he loves doing for the last 25 years, and that's pretty cool. They just put his handprints and those of Jason Mewes, his friend, in Hollywood, in the Chinese theater area. I don't know if it's an area where the company paid to put them there or not. But regardless, that's pretty cool to have your handprints out there. So I mentioned his friend Jason Mewes. So Jason Mewes is a friend of Kevin Smith, and he played Jay on the original Clerks movie. And when Miramax gave him money to make Mallrats, Miramax really didn't want Jay to be playing Jason, to be playing the role of Jay. They wanted to cast somebody else. But Kevin was like, no, like I want my boy to do it, you know, like. So they were like, okay, as a director, we'll let you have him in the movie, but we're not gonna pay for Jack. Like, we're not gonna pay for his room, we're not gonna pay for his flight or anything. So Kevin actually used his own money to bring Jason over. So I don't know, that type of stuff, those stories, to me, they're cool. And to see that, you know, 25 years later, they're still around, they're still together. Those two are like inseparable. At least that's what it looks like. But Kevin has always just kind of looked like a very down-to-earth type of guy. You might have actually heard about Kevin Smith in the news at some point, because he was all over the news at some point because of the fact that he got kicked out of a Southwest Airlines plane because he was too big. He actually lost a ton of weight after the surgery. I mean, after he had, you know, the heart attack and some surgery and all that, he decided to go vegan with his daughter. His daughter is vegan. His daughter is actually called Harley Quinn Smith, so based on Batman, because he's such a comic book nerd. So, and she actually acts in this movie as Jason's daughter. Anyway, so he became vegan, but then he's also been like walking a lot. So he has lost, like, he's skinny now. Like he lost a ton of weight. So that's awesome. Will that make me go vegan? No. I'm sorry, Hayden. I cannot go vegan. I cannot see myself doing that. I could see myself being vegetarian, but only because of cheese and eggs. Like, otherwise, I'm like, no, I can't do it. So anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit about this movie as an excuse also to say hi, because I figure, hey, I haven't made a video in a bit, so I'll say hi real quick. That is all I want to say right now. Again, I know this isn't my usual stuff, but yeah, it's just talking. I set up this camera here, so hopefully I can make more videos like this. Alright, I'm gonna get going now. Yo, take care. Later. Bye.